Hi everybody, thanks for jumping on and joining the stream tonight. It looks like I've gone live. Let's turn off. Cool. There we go, switched off. Hope you all had a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. I've been watching some of the videos online of the eclipse today. It looked pretty cool. We saw a little bit of it today. My wife went out with some glasses and she saw it covered it a little bit. You could just about see it, but those ones with the total blackout, it's pretty cool. I must admit, it looked really, I've been watching the videos before coming on tonight. It looked pretty good. Hopefully some of you got to see it. And so tonight, over the last couple of streams, a couple of comments and questions came up about neck turning again, and I've had a few people message me about it, so I'd run through it again. I've got a batch of nosler brass here which needs doing anyway, so I got it all set up, so we'll run through that tonight and hopefully be of interest to some of you, hopefully all of you. So let's have a look who's here. The side chaps bouncing already. Bamba Dad was in first, then Black Bear. Brutal Bob's out there. Good to see you all, guys. Colt 1927. Tactical Fud. Tactical Rabbit 308. Thorax is out there. Willie Morano. Good to see you guys. Just gonna go down. Viejo joined us. Good to see you, Walter. See you picked up that Rob Roy revolver. Was it a new one or a used one? I picked up a used Rob Roy. I think they call it Rob Roy. A little while ago, but mine is in 45 Colt, I believe. I can't drag it out now, but I think it's 45 Colt, the one that I got. Hope you had fun shooting that. Just checking. So Rich B is out there. Good to see you, Rich. Shane 44 Mag. Chat's bouncing already, guys. Gene's out there reloading from the hot pot. Did you get to shoot that Canuck yet, Gene? That SFX rival, the all metal frame one. If you did, I hope you enjoyed it, because I love shooting mine. As an absolute beast of a gun to shoot. It's super consistent, super accurate, lovely trigger on it. I love that gun. So hopefully you had fun shooting that. I think I said hi to Brutal Bob. Bobby Barlow's out there. Good to see you. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. This chat's bouncing. Okay, we're up to date. Yeah, so we're going to run through and do a little bit of neck turning tonight with the 21st century neck turning lathe. And we'll run through and do that. I'm not going to do much of setup because it's already set up, so we'll just run through on my process of what I do. OL1 guy has joined us, and Alaska One Andy's out there. So tonight, guys, just a few stickers to give away and screwdrivers and things. So don't forget, it's hashtag Mac47 tonight. Get you in the draw. So what have we got here? We got the little channel logo sticker. I got a little white, if you can see that, Springfield Armory sticker. The Palmetto State sticker. And I got a couple of these from Chris from the 740, so we're going to give one of his stickers away, so you can remind him of the channel there. I got an FN patch, and of course the pocket screwdriver, little magnet on the top, pocket clip, my phone number, everything's on there, so we got that. So those are the little giveaways for tonight, guys. So hashtag Mac47. CW joined us. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Willie Morano is saying, I've just finished 70 rounds of 6.5 Creedmoor with nosler brass for the first time. It seems to be high grade brass. Yeah, it's pretty good. I must admit, I do like nosler brass. I've got it set up. I just use nosler in my 7mm mag. Bombardad, no, it hasn't gone. It's my fault. I had them up on the shelf here and I forgot to send them. I packed them up tonight. They're sitting on the work counter. My wife's going to take them tomorrow. It's been so busy and work and everything. I'm sorry for the slow sending out, but it hasn't got lost. It's going to go probably tomorrow. So you'll have it by the end of the week. I apologize for that, but no, it hasn't got lost. It's my fault that it hasn't gone out. VAO says he loves my live streams. Appreciate that, VAO. I think we're up to date. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go through. So I got some of this nosler. Let's get it off spilling it. I got some of this nosler 7mm Remington mag brass. It's brand new, straight out of the box. So this is the best way to turn brass is when it's new. But you can turn fired brass. It's just the fact where you have to go through. You're going to have to resize it and then run the expander arbor down to get it ready. It's always good to do it from new, but there's no problem. You can do it on used brass as well. So we're going to go through and we're going to do some neck turning. I've got the sorry about that. So the lathe is set up with a cordless gun to turn it. On the back here, we've got the red in. It helps measure and will show the run out of the brass before and after we've done it. And the other thing I use, I've got a Mitutoyo. I think they call them a ball micrometer. So you can actually go round inside the brass and measure. So as we go through tonight, you'll see us using that. So to do it right, I like to have the micrometer. We've got the gauge back here from Reading. We'll do the run out and everything. We can check that. 21st century neck turning lathe. I use the Hornady case lube. This just runs on the arbor that the brass runs in and out of on the cutting lathe. If you don't use any lube, the brass tends to get quite warm, and if it gets warm, it's going to expand, and you're going to end up cutting more off it. So it's always good to keep it nicely lubed, and it helps. Okay, so yeah, so Bombardad, that'll go out tomorrow. Just check any other questions here. Okay, let's get into this then. I'll be moving the camera around a little bit, guys. I know it's a bit of a pain, but that's what we're going to have to do. So from the 21st century site, so I cut at the moment, I do 308, 300 Win Mag, 7mm Mag, and 338 Lepore. So the cutting tools, so it's the same cutting tool for 338 and 308. So it's got the same angle. So I only need one cutting tool there. And it's the same for 300 Win Mag and 7mm Mag. They use the 25 cutting tool. The shell holder, which is the chunky thing. So it's a number 2 for 308, the number 5 for 7mm and 308, and a large for the 338. Hopefully you can see that okay. So an expander mandrel. So the expander mandrel is what we're going to push down inside the neck. What it does is it takes any roughness or any burrs off the inside of the brass, and it expands it to the exact size for the turning arbor. And you can see all the numbers match up for E30 for expander, T30 for turning arbor. So you need 2 arbors, one to go in the machine that it runs on and one to expand it out. So it's the 308 and 300 Win Mag, both 30 cal, so they're going to use the same mandrels. and arbors. 7mm is 28 and 28, and obviously the 3/3 Lepore is a bigger one as well. So because I'm only doing these sizes, I don't need too many parts, but I do like to keep it all on a bit of paper in a file, and it tells you exactly what you need. And then you can download the chart from the 21st Century website, which runs through all the calipers, and it tells you the cutting tool, shell holder, the driver, everything you're going to need. It tells you there with all the numbers, which I just keep for reference. So it's always good to keep the list of everything like that. Save going to the website every time. So over here, you can see the turning lathe is set up. We've got the gauge back here for doing the run out, micrometer there, and I got some pieces of brass ready to go. So we're going to go over onto the RCBS first, because we're going to have to expand the necks and clean them up to make sure everything's good before we run them through the neck lathe. So they come as like a die holder, which you can unscrew, and there is the actual expander mandrel. You can see on the back there. Clean that off a bit. So E28. You can see that. They're not focusing very well. There you go, E28. So that's the expander mandrel for 7mm, and it just pops into the die. There's a little cap on the top, just locks it all up, and you can see it's deep in there. So this die is long enough to take the 7mm mag. So I just sit it in the die, and it's just as simple as grabbing a new piece of brass. Like I said, pop it in and just bring it up nice and slow onto the mandrel and just let it run through. And what that has done now is if there's any imperfections in the neck, it's taken them all out. It's made it perfectly round again. It's expanded it to the exact size we need for the turning arbor. And if there was any burrs or anything in there, it's taken them out. So it's just a matter of just go through and do a few. So as it goes at the moment, before you expand them, that won't slide onto the turning arbor, and it won't go onto the red end gauge as well. I tried putting one of these on the red end gauge, and it just doesn't want to go in there. So you need to expand them before starting. It's just a matter of just running them through. Get a few done, and then we can go over and do them. And what I normally do is, if I'm going to be doing 50 pieces of brass, which is the full box, I'd go through and I'd do all these in one go first before taking them over. And then this process is done and finished. Hopefully you can see that okay, guys. That one didn't go into the die. That one wasn't clipped in the shell holder correctly, so we just need to ease it out to the die. You know me, guys, I always like to cause myself problems. Let's pull that down slowly. It's just a little bit up there on the die. Let's pull it out a bit more, and it should come down. There you go. So I hadn't clipped that straight in on there, and it was just sitting on top. Another one of my little mistakes. You can see you can just pull it straight out afterwards. So just sit it in the die. Am I using the correct die here? Is this? Maybe that's why we're having a problem. You just get the correct shell holder. I think that one's for a slightly bigger. There we go, that's a better fit. Okay, we'll do a couple more and then we'll go over onto the lathe. Okay, I got 10 done there. I'm going to take it over. Get this set up so you can see everything that I'm doing. Okay, let's see if anybody else has jumped on. G23 has joined us. Good to see you. Dale Pogue is out there. Yeah, thorax, wrong shell holder. It just pulls straight through. Hillbilly Up has joined us. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Michael Dunn is out there. Thanks for joining us. Colt 1927. Okay, and I think that's everybody. So don't forget, guys, hashtag Mac47 tonight. Yeah, Thorax says market happens with the best earth. Yeah. Trouble is, you're doing streams and you're doing something a little bit out of the ordinary to what you normally do. You normally, when you do this yourself, you just get into the groove and do it. But with talking and moving stuff around and watching the camera and stuff, little mistakes crop in, which is it's good so everybody can see that it's not just them that do it. It happens to all of us. So. Okay, so these now have been sized, cleaned up, and everything. So they're now going to sit. You can now get them to go into this gauge here. Let me get the focus. I can zoom in and out a little bit. So on that gauge, it's reading 15.5, and you can see that piece of brass, that one's pretty good, but I'm going to cut it anyway. Let's see if we got one which is a little bit worse off. There we are. So that one there is going from 15 to 16 on the run out. You can see it's only a thou run out. Hopefully you can see that bouncing, guys, from one to the other. Focusing in on that or not? It's catching this. Let me see if I can slide that up a little bit and turn that away from that a little bit. There you go. So as we turn it, you can see it's running about a thou, maybe a thou over of run out, and then so we're at just over 15 on that one, and then when we measure, it with the gauge. Hopefully you can see that it's 15 thou, which is normal for these pieces of brass. They're always around about 15 or just over 15 thou. You can see it's smack on 15 there. Turn it a little bit more. A little bit under 15 there. So we normally take them back to about 14 thou. So what we're going to do, and when your neck turn in, you want to come down the neck, and just to touch the shoulder. You don't want to be hitting it too hard, just enough so it's just coming down and making a smooth contact through the whole neck and just onto the shoulder. you don't want to start cutting to that shoulder too much. So it just goes in like that, tighten it up. You just get a little bit of lube, doesn't need a lot, and we just put a little bit onto the turning arbor. That'll help everything go through. So if I try and zoom in on this, hopefully you'll be able to see it a bit better. Okay, so I use the electric gun on it, you start it up, and you're trying to keep it at a smooth pace all the way through. So you want to bring it just up onto the turning arbor. Nice and slow through and then till it stops, it actually hits the stop, and you can bring it back. And then you're basically going to go in and check it. And if you can see, let me zoom out so it focuses. So if you can see, it's done a really nice job cutting it down, but we're falling just a little bit short. It's not quite coming. I can just feel a little ridge there. It's not quite coming down onto the shoulder. So we put it back in, and it's as easy as all I do. You've got a locking Allen key here. You've got like a little threaded bolt on the back here, which this pushes up against. So all I'm going to do is I can just keep a little bit of pressure on the arbor, loosen the actual lock nut that comes down through here to hold the arbor in place. And then with this Allen key here, so we're not going in far enough, so we need to anti-clockwise it. So what we're going to do is with the Allen key here, we're just going to turn it maybe quarter of a turn, keeping pressure on this, so this turning arbor falls back in, and all we do is we just nip up that locking bolt again, touch of lube, and then we run it through exactly the same again till it stops, and then bring it back, do it, give it a wipe. So it's gone down a little bit further, but still it needs a little bit more. So we can put it back in, lock it back up, and the process again, keep pressure on the turning arbor, loosen it, turn this back just a touch, tighten it back up, put that back in there, and then the process again. And once you've done this and it's set up to where it needs to be, you won't need to adjust the depth of this, because it's going to always come across this the same, because all these pieces of brass are the same. And then it's the same with, if I wanted to go deeper to cut more off or to take less off, there's a lock screw there. I undo that screw, and then there's a turn-in nut on the top, which pushes the cut in and out. So this is set already. I don't want to adjust that at the moment. So we've done that one again. Put a little bit of lube back on there, and then run it through again. Wipe. We're just about there. Let me just check with the just coming down onto the neck. So if you look, you can just see the shiny bit just on the shoulder. It's just coming down onto the shoulder now, and we're just kissing it. It doesn't need to go much further than that, because we've neck turned it all the way down. And if you just look there, you can just see it's just a little bit heavier on that side, on the shoulder, right in the join there. And as we turn it, it gets a little bit less. It's just the different shape of the brass. So that's perfect. It's coming down onto the, just kissing the shoulder. And now if we turn this, what I'll do next, I'll zoom back in on this gauge. We can pop it in there. You can see straight away it's just under the 15 now, so like 14.5. And as we turn this gently, you can see that lever, the little pin moving. It's moving about half a thou. It's about half a thou on that one. So you've taken it from a thou to like half a thou. So it's not a lot. This brass is pretty decent brass. But sometimes you'll get one where you might have 2 thou run out and you can almost take it down to nothing. And then when we measure, you can see it's coming down and we're on 14 thou on the line. Turn it around a little bit more. We're at 14 thou. 14 thou all the way around. And so you know the setup is right, and then we can just go through. Let me just go in and make sure there's Vanessa Kitty has joined us. Good to see you, Vanessa. See if there's anybody else. Chessboard has joined us. Good to see you. Jamie's out there. JH586. Good to see you. Coat says, I drilled out a small piece of dowel and slipped it over the shaft of the ball side of the mic. Makes it easier to measure consistently. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just to stop so you can get the brass going to one place. You're measuring it all in one place. That's a good idea. I might do that. That's great. I think it's at hi to Vanessa. Vanessa Kitty's out there. You can see we've got 35 on at the moment, and there's only 9 entries. So hashtag Mac47 if any of you want to jump into the draw tonight. We'll do the draw in 15-20 minutes. Okay, let's go in and get another one done. Let's see if we can find one with a little bit more run out. It's about a thou. So you can see on this gauge, this brass is pretty decent. Some of it's only got a half a thou run out. There you are, that's a thou run out. So that one's running a thou run out from 15 to 16. So we can set it up. And you only need to do this once. Once you've cut the necks, they're good to go. You can keep annealing and resizing and doing everything with them. You don't need, it's just the initial, when they're new or the first thing, you just need to cut them once. So hopefully it's gone there. Wipe, and there you can see nice clean cut. The slower you do this, the less you can see. The last one I did it a little bit quicker and you could see some lines on it. This one I run it through a little bit slower and you can see it's a lot cleaner. And sometimes you might have a little ding in the brass, and when you cut in, it doesn't cut that part because there's a little ding or something in it. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to keep cutting and cutting until you get rid of a mark. Sometimes you'll have a little mark that just doesn't quite clean all the way down. That'll fire out when you shoot it. You're just trying to get as much consistency. So if you've got one little ding where it hasn't cut it, don't worry about it. And you can see there, it's just come down, just kissing that shoulder there. So if we put that over on the gauge, again, it's just under 15 thou, and all you want to do is turn it nice and slow. And we've got maybe half a thou run out, and go back onto the so we're at about 14. Hopefully my focus in. Sorry guys, didn't notice. Zoom out. Doesn't like to focus when it's on a zoom. So you can see there we're at 14 thou. So as we're working it around, so it cuts about, it's taken about a thou off, it's taken it down from just over 15, a touch over 15 thou, down to 14 thou, and it's taken a little bit more of the run out of. Like I said, this brass is pretty good. It's not over. This is why I went with this nosler brass for my 7mm, because it's good brass. It doesn't need a lot of work, neck turning. And then I use Lupo brass for 308 and my 338 Lepore. And for my 300 Win Mag, I have got Norma brass. So it's all nice quality brass. And you can get good consistency out of it. You just want to keep clearing there. You can see how fine the brass is coming off. It's just a little thin clump of it comes off, but just keep cleaning it off the cutting blade. Just doesn't cause any problems. It makes it easier for you to see when you clean it off. And there you go. You can't. Really nice neck turn on it. Kiss the shoulder. Nice and slow on the turn. And like I said, it's taken it. It was pretty good anyway. We were at a thou run out. That one's got a little bit more. Let me see if we can zoom in on that one. That one's got just a touch more. You'll be able to see this now. So if you look here, we have got probably, it's jumping around about a thou and a half. So you can see, hopefully you can see that moving around, guys. Take it back out, and then we'll cut this one and we'll see how we can get this one down to. just a nice slow pass. With this one now, you can see this one, you can see it's a nice cut, but as I turn the brass, see how much has gone onto the shoulder there? See, it's cut down a little bit. That's just showing that it was out of shape a little bit. So you can see from that side, it hasn't touched the shoulder hardly at all. And as we turn it, you can see that shiny bit coming down the shoulder. So you do get that, and it's not an issue. It's not a problem because you're turning it, you're coming down. It's just the brass might be off a little bit. But now you have cleaned it all up. So you've done a nice cut down here and a nice cut on the shoulder. So that's going to be perfect. So when you go to chamber that, you're going to get super consistency with it. And then if I turn that now, there you go. It's about 14. And as it turns, just nice and gently turning it, you can see it's gone from 1.5 thou to probably 1/2 thou. And there you go. Neck turning the brass. If there's any questions, guys, let me just go in and see if there's anything you want me to run over again. Let's have a look. I think DJ Play Nice has joined us. Good to see you. Elliot, AR Patriot Nation is out there. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And let's see if there's any other. I think Elliot is doing a giveaway next Monday. I think before my show starts, he's doing a giveaway. So if you want to jump onto Elliot's stream next Monday, I think it's 7:30 Eastern. I think that's just about half an hour before I start. So if you want to jump on and check that out, he's doing a bit of a giveaway. Don't know what he's giving away, but we'll find out. Just checking to see if there's anything else there, guys, quickly, and then I'll run through a couple more, and then we'll do the giveaway. Jamie says, I think the thicker you can keep the brass, the better off. You're going to be in the long run. It's critical to get it even all the way through. Yeah, that's why I don't take a lot off, Jamie. We're literally taking 1 thou off. Sometimes you can get away with taking a little bit less, but that thou we've still got 14.5 thou of brass left, which is still thicker than some brass you buy. I've seen some 308 brass down as far as 13.5 thou at new. You have to take it down a little bit. So 14 thou, there's still plenty of meat left in that neck. We're just tidying it up. So great comment. Understand, and it's but how much I'm taking off, I've never had an issue. Like I said, I do all my precision stuff, 308s, 7mm, 300 Win Mag, and 338. I neck turn them all, and I think the most fire-ins I've had out, I'm up to 4 fire-ins, I think, on a 300 Win Mag, which is gets pretty hot, and I haven't had any split or any issues yet. Jamie said, I think 12 thou is as thin as I'd want to go. It's not very often you need to go down to 12 thou. You can see this, Jamie. These are starting off at 15.5, and we're taking them down to 14. And if I get my other book with my data in it, just to show. So let me just show you these data things, guys. So you can see here 338 with Starline brass. if I get that. The Starline brass started off at 15.5 thou, and when I finished it, it was at 14 thou. So we're hitting that 14 thou mark. And then the Starline, then I had some Lupo brass in 308, and they were 15, and that needed a little bit more. It went down to 13.5 thou. That just needed a little bit more to cut it, but there's still plenty of meat there. And again, I've got some Lake City brass that I did. Started off at 15 thou, took it down to 13.5 on Lake City brass. RP brass new for my AR10 was actually starting at 14 thou. We took a thou off and brought it down to 13, so we're still plenty of meat. And there you can see the 7mm mags. We're doing 15 down to 14, which we're doing here. And then the same with a 338 Lepore. Starts off at 15 and we're taking it down to 14. So this machine is pretty decent. It does a really nice job, and you can limit how much you're cutting off. And you can just do a little bit at a time, because this control knob on the top, you can turn it in and out once you've taken the lock screw out. You can take it in and out, and you can do basically 1/4 of a thou cut each time, because you can just turn this just a touch, and it's basically, you can get down to a 1/4 of a thou cut. Colt 1927 saying, can your lathe be set up for inside turning? Simple question, I don't know. I've never turned the inside of a neck. And I'll be honest with you, I've never really looked at it, whether it's something that we need to do. I don't know if this machine won't be able to do it, because obviously it's got the cutter on the outside. Just sits on the outside. I wouldn't know. I'll look into it, but I don't know. The benefit I get from doing the outside is quite a lot. Cutting the inside, I don't know. I've never looked into it, so it's something I'm gonna have to maybe do a bit of research, and I'll get back to you on it. Okay, I think Tommy Boy has joined us. I think I've seen a comment there from Tommy Boy. Yeah, Tommy Boy's joined us. Tactical Rabbit is saying, what arbor does it call for 44 mag? I don't think, just pull the sheet out, I don't think it does any pistol rounds. This is all bottleneck stuff. Oh, hang on. 44 mag. It's not showing me anything for the 44 mag. It just shows a shell holder size. It's not showing a cutter, an expander, nothing for 44 mag. So I don't think it does pistol rounds. Just looking through some of the lists here. I think it's mainly rifle rounds. I don't think we would need to go into trimming pistol rounds again. I look into it. It's something that I can't really answer there. I've never been, first time I've been asked that. JT has joined us. Good to see you. And he just popped a question. I just got some Lupo brass and I have some Peterson stuff, but my only bolt gun is a Sig Cross in 6.5. Don't know if neck turning will help me. It's down to everything. You can neck turn, you can neck size, you can bump shoulders. It's just doing the whole package to try and get your group size down and to be more precise. So I don't know. Neck turning, you could probably get away with just doing a neck turn. You wouldn't have to do anything else. Everything that you do to your brass, which brings them more into consistent, so each piece of brass is is almost exactly the same, is always going to give you more precision and better group sizes. So every little bit you do, it gives you a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So if you just neck size, it's probably going to bring your group size down a little bit. If you go that little bit further and do more, you can get your group sizes down quite a bit. And Tommy Boy saying that one thing or way to make this work better is to fit your chambers to use 300 WM brass, neck down to 7mm. The brass will be thicker in the neck to do this, to fit better. So you're talking sizing down Win-Mag brass, 300 down into 7mm brass. Interesting. Just checking to see if there's anything else. And also, Tommy says use the size 308 brass down to 243, then turn them to fit the chamber in my gun. You do a lot more experimental stuff than what I do, Tommy, and so always good to hear. I love hearing your little things that you do. Okay, so let's get this draw done, guys, and then we can maybe come back and cut a couple more. But let me just move the camera around. So let's just have a look. So there's 14 entries and 32 on at the moment. So just a quick run through what we're giving away. It's mainly some stickers tonight. I've got my channel sticker, channel logo sticker. I've got a Chris from a 740 sticker he sent out to me. Let's clear that off. Palmetto State Armory sticker. And then we got the Springfield Armory. Hopefully you can see it there. It's just a little white sticker, but it's, here you go, little Springfield Armory sticker. We got the FN patch, nice thick FN patch, and the little pocket screwdriver, flat, the magnetic top. So hashtag MAC47, that'll get you in the draw. And we'll just do it in a couple of minutes if any more you guys want to jump in. Coat says, gotta say that's a really nice turning lathe. Yeah, I watched a few different videos on different types of lathes and stuff, and I just got drawn to this one. It was just the way it worked, the way it got set up and everything. I really liked it. So that's the one I went with. There's other ones out there which are a little bit less expensive. But this one as well, what's nice with this one, you can run it as, like you see there, set up with a little, I just got a little Milwaukee, little screw gun on it. It works fine. But 21st Century actually do make a motor that mounts on the back, and it's got a little lever that you just forward and backwards, it sticks out the front. So you can actually have it all set up with the 21st Century stuff. But it's about I'm trying to think, maybe $300 for that motor, the setup, and the lever mechanism, $200 to $300. So it puts quite a bit of money on top of that, lathe. And where I am at the moment is all my 338 I've neck sized, all my 308 has all been done. I just happen to have a box of this 7mm, it's nosler brass that was sitting up there. So I was getting ready to prep. So once this is done, I think the only thing I got left up there to prep would be, I got one batch of Norma brass up there to do. So, because once you've done it once, you don't do it again. So you don't need to do it. It's only when you've outshot your brass and you go and buy another batch, you're going to run through and do that as well. So at the very start, it might have been worth me buying the motor. but now it doesn't make sense for me to buy the motor, because I'm only doing probably 50 to 100 rounds maybe every few months, or every 6 or a year or whatever. Whenever I blow my brass out and I start a new batch, I'll go through and do it all again. If it was something that we were neck turning all the time, it'd be worth me buying that motor. But as it is at the moment, I'm not going to get the benefit for it. What's thorax saying here? It is just making exact brass. Makes no sense if your chamber is not exactly in line with the bore. Yeah, all the rifles that I've got were hand built. All my custom rifles were hand built by a really, really good gunsmith over here in Phoenix. He's built 4 rifles for me now, and he makes the barrels. He cuts the barrels out. He does it all from a blank. He mounts it all onto my onto the, it's not a receiver, onto the action. So he mounts it all onto the action, and everything is true, everything's squared up, and everything is done nice. So I can see if you've just got maybe an off-the-shelf rifle, like you're saying, and if it's not exact, doing this isn't going to give you benefit. But I think if you've stepped up and you've got some nice stuff, especially with these 6.5 Creedmoors people are buying now, they're buying really nice high-end Creedmoors. This is really well worth doing. But I can see where you're coming from with if your gun isn't up to it. And Chad Kelly has joined us as well. Good to see you, Chad. Okay, it's just gone 52 minutes. We've been streaming. Let's go in and do this quick draw, guys. So anybody quickly want to jump on, just hashtag Mac47 quickly while I go in and share the screen and everything. And we'll go in and we'll get this draw done. Pulled up here now. Okay, so it's up on the screen, guys. So let's do this draw. Good luck to everyone. Here we go. Colt 1927. Congratulations. I'll get that packed up and just make sure I've got any details for you. Doesn't look like I've got your details, so let me go in and share this quickly. My email. There you go, Colt 1927. There's my email. Just drop me an email with your details, and I will get that packed up once I finish this stream, and I'll get my wife to take it to the post office tomorrow with the other couple. So congratulations. Just send me your details, Colt, and I will get that packed up and sent. Just write your name on a bit of paper here so we know where it's going. Colt 1927. There you go. So congratulations. I'll get that sent out to you. Let me clear that. We just go back and do a couple more, guys, while we finish up. Just run through and do a couple more. Sorry about moving the camera about here. So we've got a few more here to do. All I do is I quickly go on. I just put it on the run out gauge. That one is pretty good. Not much run out on that one. Just mount it in. Little bit of lube. me see if I can zoom right in so you can see it cut in. Not quite focus in. That's better. Okay, so I'll run this through and you can see it. Hopefully you'll be able to watch it cutting it all the way through. So turning it at a decent speed so you get a nice clean cut, but trying to move that as slow as you can to get a nice cut on it. And you can see there it's how clean that cut is. And you can see again that one has got a bit of a little cut into the shoulder more than the outside, just a little bit of off the shape. And then we can put it into the gauge. Let me see if I can zoom in on that one. So this one had hardly any run out when we did it, probably just a touch under a thou. So as I turn that, you can see that needle is practically not moving off that pin. So that even though there wasn't much run out, it's improved that piece of brass. It's taken more out. A loop on that one. Bring this down again. Clean the end off, and you'll be able to see it cutting on this cut-in. And once you set everything up, you can see you can get through and get this done. Nice cut all the way around. And then we pop it on the gauge. You can see it's one little kick there, but it's improved it up nice. And there you go. And that's basically it, guys. We just run one more through while you're here, and then we can call it a wrap. Let's bring this round so you can see the cutter again. And I really enjoy neck cutting. As you say, it's pretty therapeutic. You can get a really nice, when you can see the job it does. When you see the job that it does, each case comes out really nice, just touching that shoulder. And it just, when you can get it, once you get it all set up and you're getting it right, and it does such a nice cut, it's really good. and half a thou run out. So there you go. Neck cutting, some 7mm new brass, some nosler new brass. So we took it, like I said, we took it down from like 15 and a half thou, just touching 14 thou. It's made it all consistent and ready to go. And over the next week or so, I'll go through and do the whole box. I'll get this whole box done, all be done, and then that'll be good to go. So congratulations to Colt on the prizes tonight. And I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if anybody jumped on late. Any other questions here? I think... Tommy boy. Yes, Mac has cost us a lot of some cash. I mean, you're buying stuff that you see in here, Tommy. It's addictive. It's like everything. Once you start, it's a big old rabbit hole reloading. You just, once you start, it keeps on going. But it's fun. It's all I do. I love my shooting. I love my reloading. I love my casting and everything. So this is what I love to do. So Dale Pogue, I think I said hi to you, Dale. JT was out there. So I think we're up to date. So it's coming up onto an hour, guys. Really enjoyed this one tonight. I love cutting necks. It's a great thing when you can see it all coming together. So thank you, Chessboard. I appreciate that. So quick one, we got Chris from the 740. I always tell you, don't forget to check him out on a Thursday evening. Georgia Shooter Connection Friday night, and I was on there last week. We had a blast. It was great. And after Georgia Shooting Collection and Georgia Shooting Collection, there's Gizzard Gary comes on straight after that, and I believe Gun's website, I think it is, comes on after him. Don't forget, we got Saturday night with Hillbilly Up, another great show. We always have a lot of fun on there, so there's a few little shows to check out. And any of the new guys coming on here, you can check out Viheyo's channel. There's Reloading from the Hot Pot's got a channel out there. He put some good content out. Chad Kelly's got a great channel. Sorry if I'm missing any guy. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Some good channels for you to go and watch. So yeah, there's plenty out there. Great community, and we have a lot of fun. So a huge thanks, guys, for jumping on again tonight. We'll have I got some great videos coming up. I don't want to say too much what's coming up in the next week or so, but it's going to be worth it. There's going to be a lot of great videos coming out. You guys are going to enjoy them. So they'll get set up probably the next week or so. And once it's all been done, I can tell you what we did. But at the moment, I'm just telling you, little teaser. There's a lot of new great videos coming out from me and some other guys. So a huge thanks to everybody for jumping on here tonight. I really appreciate you all. I hope I do stuff that's interesting and you enjoy watching. And I'll keep doing it until you guys get fed up with it and stop watching me, and I'll call it a day. But up until then, we'll keep on doing it. So a huge thanks to everybody. I really appreciate it. Be safe, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks, everyone, and good night.